Put your hands in the air. How you feeling out there? We gon' party over here, but you got to see it.
Hey there everybody, how you doing? This is Alakai, and today I'm coming to you with another unboxing of something really cool. I think it's really cool anyways. As you guys all might know, I'm a float tuber and soon to be a paddleboarder, and I thought those paddleboards are inflated to about 15 psi. So it's a little bit heavy, a little bit hard. So it comes with a pump and all that, but you gotta sit there and pump it up. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and splurge, and I'll buy myself a pump that will do both. So I'm hoping it'll do the float tube too. I'm pretty sure it will. And so I ended up getting the Seamax Intelligent 12-volt digital air pump. Max 20 psi for inflatable paddleboards. I got this on Amazon. I think it was about 65 bucks or so. And I'm gonna open it up so we can see what's inside the package. And take a look at it. Now, one of the main attributes I like about this thing is not only does it plug into the car battery, we're using a little lighter plug, but also you can actually set it digitally and then just walk away from it and it'll pump up. So this are all the different attachments, and I think that's the float tube attachment right there. Wait, actually, this goes into this other side, so maybe it's the other side of that? I'm not 100% sure where the float tube attachment is. Maybe it doesn't come with one. But it's not really for float tubes. Man, this hose is really thick. And this must be the attachment for a paddleboard, because there's another one of those inside of here as well. So they have different types of nozzles, and that must be it. I know these other ones that are in here. There's a nozzle tip. These ones like this and like this and like this are for kind of inflatable stuff like mattresses and little toys and whatnot. I was hoping that this one would be the one that would come and attach to my float tube end piece. So I'm hoping that maybe I can get something for it and can still use it. I think it's pretty common. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's pretty common. But this thing is actually much smaller than I expected it to be. Here's the box. They want my feedback. Okay, that's great. And here's it's a pretty heavy-duty hose. You can see it's pretty long. Hopefully you can make it out. This must attach to the unit itself, and this probably goes to the paddleboard. Kind of got a sleek design here. It's a little tiny thing. Oh, good. So it'll be quiet when you lay it on the ground. One thing I'm a little bit concerned about is if I'm float tubing or doing anything near the beach where there's a lot of houses, if it's going to be too loud. So I guess when you plug this thing in, what you're going to see is you're going to see the numbers here, and you can set to PSI or bar. You can set it to whichever one you want, turn it on, and it'll automatically pump it up to whatever setting you have it in, and it'll just stop. It'll stop. So that's it's really handy. This is the cigarette lighter plug and a really long, generous cord. So hopefully that's going to be plenty of room to get this thing plugged into my car, and then this will be on the outside of the car, and yeah, it just screws in there. We'll give it a try as soon as my paddleboard gets here, and as soon as I can figure out what I can do to get this connected to my float tube, if it'll work. I bet you that's it right there. I still have hopes that this thing is going to work my paddleboard or my float tube, and I could just set it for like 1 psi and then pump it up. As you guys, most of you guys know, I have a Cumberland, and you can see that information. I'm going to put it up on the top, and a video on what I have there, and then also how this is going to work. As soon as I get my paddleboard in, I will be connecting it up and showing it off. So more to come on that. Extra stuff here. When I was putting it all away, kind of after the video, I noticed that not only did they give me extra washers here, like little silicone washers, which is really nice. They gave me a fuse. I know these fuses go inside the car right in here, so that's really cool of them to do that in case it pops a fuse. Another thing is the instructions. I mean, look at these instructions. They're absolutely beautiful. They're full color. They're all in English. I mean, it looks really good. So this looks like it's in French now on this other side here, but the first half, there's a bunch of different languages there, but the first half of this thing is all written in English, and it's got some really great pieces of information there. So I'll be studying that a little bit. That's really a nice touch. And then the last thing I noticed was this card that I kind of just threw away. Well, I didn't throw away, just kind of tossed it aside. But free to extend a 1-year warranty, or I see register your Seamax pump, and they'll give you an extended 1-year warranty, plus a discount for all catalog items, 10% off. Then I looked at the other side. Holy moly! Look at this. You submit your feedback to these guys. You're sure you're happy with your Seamax pump. If you write a positive product review after you use and notify us afterwards, we'll offer you a free air hose kit as a token of appreciation. Say what? A new air hose kit? That's awesome. I mean, that would be really handy to have. And many of you guys will know that when you're in a float tube, you generally want to carry a tube with you. So just in case you do pop it, you can blow into it and kind of refill it again as you're heading into shore. So that's huge. So I really appreciate that. I mean, the details of this thing, and I wish you guys could feel how heavy this thing is. It's really light. I kind of expected something big and bulky and heavy, but this thing is just like a little sleek. I mean, it's pretty small, right? I mean, this is a standard pair of scissors. I mean, it's about that big. That's it, you know? PSI, and just super easy. So I will connect it. I will get it pumped up, get some things pumped up, and but I thought that this was worth mentioning because these are some great little details, and pretty excited about it. Well, it's finally nice enough for me to actually take this thing out a little bit and kind of pump it up and see how this pump is going to work. So I've connected it to my cigarette lighter, and it's just sitting on the ground. It's pretty cool. It's got this suction, little absorption, noise absorption on the bottom there, and then it's got the tube. The tube is not like normal, like little plastic kind of easygoing. It's really heavy duty. I think I mentioned that before. And all you do is you have like the little notch in there, and you stick it in. You stick the thing in there. You gotta push down a bit because it's got like it's got like a silicone wash there, and you turn it, and it'll seal in there. So this is the first time I'm going to be helping it. I'll turn my car. Well, hang on a sec. And then there's a pump going up. Now it'll memorize what you did before, and you can set it to whatever you want. So right now I'm going to set it for like 11 psi. Hopefully you can see that there. And you can change it to psi or bar. It's at 0 right now. And then and there we go. Now I understand that the pump is a 2-stage pump, so it's going to be going really fast, really big right now. And later on, when we're going to the PSI, it's going to slow down. Hopefully you can hear me. As you look at this thing, it's still showing 1 bar, 1 PSI now. And it should stop automatically at 11. That's the whole thing. So I don't know if it's actually stepped into a second step or not. I haven't actually tried this out before, but it's been only a few minutes. And there it is. It's already at 2 psi, and it keeps crawling up, and it shows you the target of 11. It's been about 5 minutes. Well, there you go. Just stopped at exactly at 11 psi. Didn't have to do anything. Didn't have to touch anything. This pump is amazing. It's not warm. It's nothing. I mean, it's just hooked up to the car. It's awesome. So now we'll just unhook it. There we go. The pumps. The board has got itself its little yellow safety valve there, and then this you just pump it in there, stick it in there, and there you go. You're ready to go. It's good to go. Now, why did I go to 11 psi? Well, I was reading this and it said, you know, don't go more than 12 psi when in the sunlight. Well, I'm planning on using this, well, at the beach, so Don't want to go to 12 psi because it could actually expand in the heat. And the minimum is 10 right there. So I just figure I'll always work it at 11 and just set it at that and be fine. And there you go. It's nice and solid. I don't see any problems with this whatsoever. That pump is great. So highly recommended. Highly recommended. And then I'm going to be setting up this thing. I'm going to fashion something to be able to pump up my float tube. And I think what all I have to do here is just remove this fitting. It's just screwed on there. I'm going to show you here. And I think I could just use that right there. Just the actual nozzle and put it into my valve on my float tube. And just maybe go to like 1 psi. It should take like 1 minute to pump up, if that. And it'll save me a hell of a lot of time at the beach when I'm manually pumping. This thing, when I manually pumped this thing, my triceps were burning by the end of it. I'm telling you, once you get above like probably 2 psi, it takes an effort. You guys all saw me doing it, so I'm looking forward to just using this pump, get out of the way. Super simple. I think the pump costs like 60, 65 bucks, something like that. I don't know. It's well worth it if it's something you're going to be using and you're planning on doing in the summertime and everything and using it often. Well worth it. Save yourself a bunch of time, effort, and strain. Of course, you could be doing it if you're looking for exercise. But anyways, guys, the Seamax Marine pump. Highly recommended. We'll be using it. Take care, guys. Hopefully you liked the video. It was informative for you. It gave you some buying decision there. If you like the stuff I'm doing, go ahead and please feel free to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Help support the channel, and it keeps me to keep opening new stuff up and trying it out for everybody to learn from. So, take care all. Thanks. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you checking out my video. If you have a chance, please hit like and subscribe. Comment below if you can. Let me know what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right, what you'd like to see more of. Anything of like that. Anyways, we'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye.